Hi everyone, art journal from scratch, and I'm back with my packaging bits or papers or pages. So it's like 1 week I'm doing the paperback journal and 1 week I'm doing this packaging, all hell pizza boxes and cereal boxes for this thing. So that's what I'm going to use today, and I'm going to use book pages. Now you can use any painting papers that you have, magazines, whatever you want. I'm going to use just book pages to create some kind of an abstract landscape. And yeah, so let's start. I've got this page is quite small, so I think I'll start just by putting on one large book page. This is from a dictionary, something like that. I just want to get rid of this, don't need it, so let's trim this. Okay, so what I want to do, I don't want to start gluing. I want to see how I'm placing the book pages, and I do try to get all kinds of book pages just for so the details in the back will be different. It doesn't have to be, as I said, if you're using magazine pages, then you can do, and it doesn't even have to be text. It can be anything, just go by the color. I'm going with book pages because I want to do add some color to each piece, and I want to add some pattern to each piece. And it doesn't even have to be straight. It can be like this. It can be however you want, just to create interest. So first I'll glue just this piece that covers everything, and then I'll trim the excess. So I'm using plain white glue here. Trying to be quick about it. And making sure that I'm covering everything, just so it would be adhered nicely and I don't have too much of air bubbles. I don't mind wrinkles. I'm just trying to make it look nice. That's it. Okay, so I've got this coverage. I'm just going to get rid of the excess so I can see what I'm doing. Probably should put again the mat underneath before I'm doing some damage to this silicone mat. Okay. I don't know why I'm kind of distracted. Maybe because I'm planning like 2 steps ahead and just yeah, so maybe it's not distracted, maybe it's just not thinking in the right order for that matter. Okay, so the way I imagine this page is I want a sun here, and then I want like hills, and for the sun I want some round object. Now I'm going to tear all the pieces, like if I've got this piece, it's going to be something like that. Okay, so everything is going to be with torn edges, and I was thinking if I can manage doing something like that with a round object. So I'm not sure if I will succeed. I'm going to try. I'm putting it here, and let's see. I'm taking just a regular pen. I'm going around and I'm kind of pushing the tip into the paper, and I'm hoping that it will help me tear it, and I will have like jagged edges. Well, it worked. I don't know how, but it worked. I'm going about it slowly. Probably would have also helped if I've wet the paper, but that's okay. So I've got sun here, and now starting to build layers. So I've got some papers already torn, so maybe I'll just use them. Like I've got this one. Now I don't care what's going on here. It will get trimmed later, so as long as it works, I'm fine with it. So that's what I'm going to use here. Let's see, maybe like this. And I know right now it doesn't look like much, but when I'll introduce some color into it, it will look different. Do I have more torn pieces that I can use? I don't like all this blank space, so let's see. Something like that, and this can work. And let's see, one more piece of paper. I don't like this one very much, so let's see. Again, okay, I've got this, and just one more. Probably like this, something like that, I think. Okay, so now I'm just yeah, it's time to start gluing. Now what I want to do is I want to just put glue on the back. I'm not going to put glue on top. Most of the time when I'm collaging, I will do some glue on top, but this time I'm leaving it be, and mostly because I'm going to use watercolors, and I don't want to create some kind of resist, so I want to keep the paper as is. So let's see, was it this one? No. Okay. I can probably use a glue stick. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It would be easier, faster. And here we go. Just a glue stick. Okay, all this will be gone later on. Next, it all got scrambled up, so I'll just place everything again. Okay. Okay, so right now hard to see the difference, but that's okay. Next, okay. I think I'll trim this. I don't need the whole thing. And last one. Yeah, but I don't like, again, I've got this space here, so I'll just take something else. Okay, very easy up to now, nothing to it. Oopsie. Definitely an oopsie. It's okay. I'm going to color it, and I'm going to add patterns, so I'm not really concerned about this. Okay, so we've got all of this, and now I'm just flipping it over so I can trim it and see what I'm working with. Just easier on the eye. Pizza, pizza. Now I want pizza. Okay. Next I want to take a black permanent marker and go over where my each piece is torn. I want to make it more visible. Now it doesn't have to be with black, it can be with any color that you want. And I'm also widening this and making sure to go with the torn edges next. Sometimes I like to do this kind of a page, and I will do the edges either with white, sometimes with gold. It's really up to you. You can take it so many other places. There is a little bit less glue here. I can feel it. Let's hope it will stand the watercolors that I want to put on top. Now you don't have to use watercolors. I'm using them mostly for their because I can have a translucent add of color, a kind of a wash. You can do the same thing with acrylics, just add water. So I want to keep the details of the books in the back as kind of a pattern, kind of a visual texture. So that's why I'm going with translucent color on top. Okay, and I'm kind of debating if to go around the sun here. And I'm also looking at the page and I'm thinking of adding another layer here. Okay, never mind. Just going like this. Okay. So I'm thinking of another one here. I don't know why. Maybe something very narrow. Let's go for it. What's the worst that could happen? I'll just have more to play with. Okay, so again, just going, oopsie, probably went into wet glue when I've done the edges of the sun. Another marker bites the dust. Okay, and finally I can start adding some color. I've done this also once upon a time. I think there is even a video. I've done this kind of thing just with different colors of book pages, and it was really interesting. I had all kinds of books with all kinds of colors of pages, so it was also very interesting. I've got too much mess here. I've got one cheap watercolors from the cheap store, more cheap watercolors from this is from Flying Tiger, although I've seen it this kind of thing in other stores, cheap stores all over Europe, so I don't know. And I'm using cheap sets of watercolors just so you can see that it can be done. Now the only thing with watercolors, I do try to use watercolor brushes just because it's easier to work with. So that's that. So let's see. I think I'll start here at the top and with some blue for the sky. Need more water here. And I don't need it to be very vibrant, strong, whatever. I just want to add something. Oops. Just a little bit of color. That's it. I'm reaching for another blue. I don't know if you can see. I'm not even trying to cover the whole piece. Okay, I'm leaving parts untouched. I'm cleaning the brush and reaching for the orange. That's it. I've got the sum. I think this is the only piece here without anything on it. Okay, and now I'm starting at the bottom, and I want the bottom to be with darker color, and I'm thinking maybe this color, this green, olive green color. Okay, next, another green. I'm putting a very small amount of paint, and again, not bothering to get a complete coverage. It's just to have some kind of tint to each piece, because I'm planning to add more, let's say, doodling on top of it, so I really don't care. Let's see, let's pick up another green. You don't need to be an expert or anything on watercolors. Oops. Last, let's see, don't know why I'm going with this color. It's kind of a very soft green, with a hint of light blue. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We've got the start. And now I need for everything to dry completely before I am going in with markers. I'm going to use cheap felt water-based markers that can be found anywhere in any store, school supplies, office supplies, cheapest that I could find, and that's that. But you can use any markers you've got. It can be permanent markers if you have them, it can be acrylic markers if you have them, anything goes. If you've got, I don't know, gel roll pens also can be an option. So yeah, this needs to dry and then I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm just gonna have fun and create all kinds of doodling on top of each piece. I just, as I said, it's just to add some more interest, and it doesn't have to be in different colors. I'm choosing to. You can add details just with using the black permanent marker or anything else. So for each piece I want to do something else. I'm thinking here on going with just lines like this. I'm not trying for them to be a straight lines. I'm kind of going with wobbly lines, like, or wavy lines for that matter. I don't know. There is nothing precise about what I'm doing. Okay. Next, let's see. Let's go with I'm gonna go with the line of the torn paper. Mind you, I can even do more than one color on each piece. It really is up to you where you want to take it. Okay. Now it's just a matter of patience. It's not for everyone. Okay, let's see, what do I want to do now? I'm thinking, do I want this color? No. Maybe turquoise, not sure. I've got more all kinds of other cheap felt pens, so now I'm thinking, what do I want to do now? I kind of like these lines, so maybe I'll just continue, or let's do something similar. Okay, so I'm going with line with a circle on top. Don't know why. Just really don't have any explanation. Maybe another one here. So I'm going and doing all kinds of sizes. I hope you can see what I'm doing. It's not that obvious in your face, so I really hope you can see what I'm doing. Not a lot of space here, but that's okay. It's just part of creating some kind of pattern, some kind of added a color and pattern. Next, I think I'll go with some lines now, like I've done here. I went here horizontal, vertical, so now I'll go again with horizontal, but now I'm just gonna go with some wavy lines and not with the jagged edges of the torn paper. Okay, next, let's see, what can I do now? I don't like the tip of this marker, so trying to find out another one in the same color. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think of something vertical again, so let's go with the wavy. all this, what I've done here, anyone can do. So go for it. It's really easy. It's with materials that can be found anywhere cheaply. So there is nothing to hold you back from creating something like that. And you don't have to do the same patterns that I do. Maybe it's too busy for you. You can even leave it be just with the text. Okay. Now I'll just go with, again, just with the flow of the jagged edges. I really like it. Okay, so I'm kind of debating if I want to leave the sky as is and just add something more to the sun, or leave the sun as is and add something to the sky. I think I'll leave the sun as is and just add to the sky. And I think now I'll go with, I'm using this a very small tip I've got at the back here. Maybe this will be too small, so maybe I'll use this. And now I'm just going with spirals, all kinds of sizes. I'm thinking maybe even not going all over, and just, no, I'll go all over the piece. And I'm doing them in all kinds of sizes. I think the sun I will just add maybe a little bit more color, maybe a little bit of yellow, just so it would be more prominent on the page. It already stands out because it doesn't have any added pattern to it, but I want it to be more vibrant. You can go with all kinds of patterns. It can even be just dots and all kinds of colors to distinguish between the pieces you are using in your landscape. So many ways to go about it, and to take it into something that is really your taste. Almost done with all those spirals. Okay, so now just adding a little bit of yellow, and I'm thinking of doing the edges a little bit darker. So let's see. First off, I'll just add a little bit of yellow. No, don't like this yellow. Where did I put this? Yellow. Maybe I'll add a little bit of this. Oopsie. A little bit too dark, but that's okay. I'm just spreading it so it won't be too harsh. Okay, now I like the sun here, and just for darkening the edges, I'm going very simple. I'm taking this 10B pencil. Anything from 6B and up has a darker graphite and softer. It's also softer. So what I'm going to do, and of course I put my hand into all this wet paint. I'm just special like that. So I'm going around with the pencil, and now I'm just going to smear it with my finger like so. You can also use a Q-tip. You can, if you've got a blending stub for pencils, you can use that. I need a little bit more here. Another way to go and add a darker, smudged color to the edges is to take acrylic paint with makeup sponge and a very, very small amount of acrylic paint on the sponge, and then go gently around the edges. I like to go inside more in the corners. Yeah. So basically this is it. That's my page. Whew, yeah, so simple, and I so love it. I hope you do too. I hope you'll try and do your own thing. So thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments down below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.